to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me in person, Matthew Pelton.
I don't like this. I don't like you doing the intro and just looking at me straight in the eyes.
This is the first time I haven't read it from my notes. I just have it
That
off
was
the
off
dome.
the cuff?
Yeah. It's also the first time we're doing this in person in 2 years.
I know, it freaks me out. You just did the intro and just stared at me the whole time. Welcome.
We are here in LA. We're doing Greenlit live. We still have no cameras.
Nope.
But we're doing Greenlit in person. So, hey, how's it going? Nice to see you in person in LA.
It's nice to see you. I don't like doing this show in person anymore. I know that's how it started.
Why?
This feels weird. It just feels weird.
Because we had the microphones in front of our faces, and then we could kind of
Yeah, at
only see
least
half
in
of
the
our
studio it
each other.
covered you.
Now it's yeah.
So I could pretend it was just me.
Now I'm just,
you know what I mean?
And we were
The
10
better
feet
half?
apart.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I was
we're-
clearly the better half of the two in the studio.
Right.
And still on Zoom, in my
Right.
professional opinion, and the Evvies.
Sure.
But now we're at this big round table.
Right.
I feel like we're at King Arthur.
Yes.
And you were just doing this intro and just looking dead at me with your beautiful blue eyes.
But I didn't want to close my eyes, because then it would be like I'm focusing, but I know it off the dome.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's impressive.
It freaks me
No,
out.
it's impressive. All right, we should bring in our guests, because we are in person.
Yeah, they're also
So we
just
have people
staring
sitting
at
right
us
next to
as
us.
we're talking.
So this is,
Most
I think, the
uncomfortable thing we've
first
ever
ever
done.
4-person show, all in the room at the same time.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
think,
if that's a mistake.
potentially.
It's good. We're testing it right
If it is a
now.
mistake, I'm going to interject right now in post. Okay, cool. So whether or not, I have no idea.
Hopefully you didn't.
But Nicole, Spirito, Maddie, Kutza, we're here. We're in person. Welcome to the show, guys.
Yay!
Hi.
You both have been on before.
Yeah, both
I don't
been on
think ever in
before.
person, right?
Yeah.
Were you ever in the studio, either of you?
I was in the studio.
Maddie was in the stew.
Oh, I blocked that out. What movie?
Nicole was
No,
on
I
Zoom.
wasn't- I wasn't ever.
Oh,
G-Force, yeah.
G-Force.
I wasn't ever in the studio. I
Yeah,
did
we were
over
just on
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah, you were just a fan.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Did you just okay? We so Nick and Maddie are visiting me and Nicole in Los Angeles, and part of their whole thing, they're big theme park people. It's like, oh, we want to do Disney, we want to do Universal, blah blah blah, whatever. But there was 2 days where they're like, we'll have 2 LA days,
Right.
Because we can't just do theme parks the whole time.
No. I mean, we could.
Like I said, you probably would if we didn't
should.
stop it. Yeah. So we're okay. We'll do 2 LA days. It'll be great. So me and Nicole surprised them. Like, hey, we'll plan the whole LA day for you guys. We'll do everything. And one of them was Hollywood Boulevard, and ELA, which is Emerson Los Angeles campus, is on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes.
So while we were there, Nicole was reminiscing about the past. Oh, ELA, and she was like, every morning. This is what you said. You said every morning I would wake up and I would do a little walk to Hollywood Boulevard. And what would you listen to? Greenlit.
Okay.
Live. Once a week.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Friday.
it
So
wasn't.
you
It wasn't
were a
every
fan.
day. I was a fan, but it was the way you said. You were like, you were just a fan.
She would call into the show. She would
It
DM
was
us.
because you guys had your 10 a.m. slot or whatever.
Yeah,
and with the
season
time
3.
difference,
I
it was
forgot
like
about
Yeah,
that.
the worst fucking thing ever.
It was 7 a.m. my time because it was
Yeah,
3
you were
hours earlier.
More dedicated than we were.
And I had class at
Very.
9:30, and I was like, I want to do some I don't know, go for a little walk. I'm in LA for the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would just walk, and you guys were live, and I was like,
Was that
I guess I'll
the
listen to
season that Pelton wasn't there half the time?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that
So
too.
you were mostly
Yeah.
just listening to me.
She should have agreed more than I did.
Yeah.
There would also be times where I would wake up and I'd listen, and Pelton would text me or something and be like, "Oh,
It's the show.
I'm not here," or
I'm not
it would be
going.
like, "Where's Matthew Pelton?" And it's just Nick.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just
so
ranting.
You mean the best episode ever?
Well, yeah. It's my favorite episode ever.
I also did you listen to the Where's Matthew Pelton special?
I think so.
Yeah.
You did. My favorite thing is Nick was so excited to do it. So the day before, I texted him and I was like, "Hey, I'm not going in tomorrow." I was up 4 a.m. I was like, "There's no way I'm waking up in 2 hours to talk about
No.
Madagascar or some stupid shit."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "I'm sleeping in." So I was like, "You can finally do the Matthew Pelton special," and he had a year of prep because I fully stopped showing up. So he knew he should be. He doesn't expect much from me. He should expect less.
All right.
So he goes in with all these notes, and I believe after 20 minutes you were done. You did the full hour and 20 minutes. I'm out of notes.
Well, yeah, 20, and then I just riffed. I had a,
You just
I had a
fully
couple
riffed.
of things, and then I think I won another 20, and then I was like, I think that's the show.
Yeah, I think you wrote me a poem.
I think I did.
Yeah, he wrote me a poem.
That's
at
I
the
don't know. I
Right.
might
That's
have.
right.
It was so sweet.
Yeah. That was a fun episode. But we're not here to talk about Matthew Pelton.
Fine.
We are here
Boo.
today. We are talking about the 2012 film, which I totally knew, Radio Rebel. Now, when we talked about doing this live in person, we've been planning this episode for a year.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, all right, we have to come to a conclusion between the four of us on what episode we're going to do. And you guys gave us a couple of options, and then we narrowed it down to Radio Rebel. So I guess we'll just do a round table of childhood stories. Why this movie? Why? What are some childhood stories? So I'll start over here with Nicole. So Radio Rebel, what's your history with this movie?
I feel like my history with it was, I mean, like, I watched Disney Channel. I was, like, a huge Disney Channel kid. And, like, Jessie came out. I was a fan of that. And it, like, I don't know when Lemonade Mouth came out, but I think it was around the same time.
Yeah.
But I feel like Radio Rebel was probably one of my, like, last Disney Channel original movies that I, like, kind of, I don't know. I watched Lemonade Mouth. I watched, like, Starstruck, all of those.
Yeah.
But Radio Rebel was, actually, I wouldn't say it was last. It was the first one that I was like, oh, this is an interesting one. Like, the other, Lemonade Mouth, I was so into. I, like, listened to that nonstop. But Radio Rebel, I was like, this one's an interesting one for sure.
Very interesting. Lemonade Mouth was 2011, by the way.
2011.
So it's the year
so
before.
it's
Oh,
the
there
year
you
before.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Maddie, childhood stories.
I was the same way.
Yeah.
It was the DComs that really got me.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what's a decom?
Disney
Disney
Channel
Channel.
we
original
had this
movie.
conversation.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did? Oh,
Decom.
whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
guys.
you asked the same question.
I'm glad that you used
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Decom.
Call back. But I must have watched it so many times because when we watched it,
Yeah.
I knew almost every line.
Really?
Yeah, and then I
That's
started
insane.
singing the songs.
Oh, yeah, I do
Oh,
remember
so you
that.
know this like
And
the
you
back
were
of your
like,
name.
how do you know this?
Yeah.
I think it was Radio Rebel, Lemonade Mouth, and Minutemen.
Yes.
Minutemen, yeah.
That, like, those are the big ones that stand out to me.
Yeah.
So I think it was, like, my top 3 or 5 favorite Disney
Is High School
Channel
Musical
original
A
movies.
decom?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I feel like it was like one of the OGs.
It was-
It's like
Yeah,
the biggest
come on
one
now.
ever.
Yeah.
I like
Come
how
on
me and
now.
you didn't know, and the two of them were like, duh.
Duh,
Like,
stupid.
you an
absolutely.
idiot, dude?
Yeah.
Duh.
100%, yes.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like what Teen Beach Movie?
Yeah.
I think that was my big one.
I've never even
Teen
heard
Beach
of that.
movie.
Oh,
What?
that one.
Yeah, no,
rules.
I-
There's two
Never
of them, I
heard
think.
of it.
No.
They're both very good.
I was like
No,
watching
that's-
Breaking Bad and
hold
stuff by
on.
then. So whatever. Sons of
That's actually
Anarchy,
insane.
Well,
Game
that's
of
the other
Thrones.
thing. I think I watched Disney Channel, like, a little too long. Probably, like, 15, 16,
Well,
I suppose.
okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna
same.
gonna get to
Yeah.
that because Radio Rebel I've never seen.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah.
The only reason it made our list is we made it together.
Yeah.
So I picked like 2 movies we had both seen, and then she picked Radio Rebel, and I sent it to you two. And I'm like, I'm really hoping they don't fucking pick that. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's the one movie I've never seen. And of course, 2 seconds later, you're like, Radio Rebel. Go
Yeah.
watch Radio Rebel. I'm like,
Perfect.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, because it is also such a one. It's a movie that's, like, memed a lot.
Yes,
It is.
exactly.
So that's why I was like, okay, this is probably, looking back and watching it now, it's probably not as
Right.
good as I
No.
remember.
Yeah.
The little
Which-
hair tuck behind the ear, the whole
I
Well,
think-
that's the weird part. Is that I remember when like the big kind of resurgence of it started and all the jokes and all that. I was like, "What the fuck is Radio Rebel?" Like I never heard of it.
So
That's how out of it I was. And then you said 2012, and it all made sense.
Yeah.
So I was 11. I'm not really watching.
Okay.
Disney
Mr.
Channel
Cool
original
11
movies,
yeah,
dude.
He's watching.
I was watching like
Breaking Bad.
Justified and shit.
Yeah,
like,
smoking a
come on,
cigarette.
Mad Men. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I was drinking whiskey at the bleachers, dude.
drinking
Getting
ashtrays.
laid. Like, let's go. You're like, guys watching a Radio Rebel like a fucking nerd.
No, for me, I watched Lemonade Mouth and Teen Beach Movie. Teen Beach Movie was like my decal. Like that was my favorite.
That's a good choice.
Never.
It's an
seen-
interesting choice for you.
Yeah.
I think
I've seen.
What does that mean? Wait, let's break that down.
it's a musical.
Yeah, I really
It
like
is?
it.
It's like
I like
low
musicals.
key.
We need to.
You need to be educated on that.
I've never heard of this
What?
thing.
It's fantastic. So I watched this movie. I watched Lemonade Mouth. I watched all this stuff, and I remember again. I love Teen Beach Movie, and I watched High School Musical. It didn't really stick a whole lot, which is controversial. But I watched Radio Rebel. I think once or twice, and it just I don't know. It just like wasn't for me. This is obviously before we had a podcast, and I was like, podcasting's weird. Before podcasting, I blew up, and like radio show, I was like, okay, and it was like. I don't know if it like wasn't geared towards like boys as much, so maybe that's why I didn't like it. Like there were a lot more male characters in the lead of like Teen Beach Movie and that sort of thing. So I'm not exactly sure, but I remember going into this, I was like, I don't think I loved this movie. And spoiler alert, I don't. I don't like this movie.
I'm nervous to see what you two think, Maddie and Nicole.
I think it's gonna be 2v2 here.
I think
That's
I
my
agree.
bet. That's my
think
bet.
it is.
I'm a little
too,
nervous
maybe.
about that.
So, going right into the production of this movie, there isn't a ton because it's a Disney Channel movie. We found this with like the Nickelodeon movies. Like, there's not a whole
There's not a
lot
ton of
on
info.
productions. Like, I don't know the budget for this movie. I don't know. It didn't really make a gross.
So like a nickel.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It didn't like
Yes.
have a run in theaters, so there's no like what did it gross, like all that stuff. And also like the crew they're like a lot of TV people, so like there's not a ton of things that like I could say, oh, they worked on this, they worked on that.
Sure.
So I'll run through some of the credits just to give them credit for the movie, but there's not really a whole lot of like notable credits in there.
There's no like big
filmography,
greenlit people.
right. So this movie was directed by Peter Howitt.
Cool.
Cool dude.
Fun.
My
Written by
favorite.
Eric Patterson and Jessica Scott. Score composed by James Jandrish.
Nice, nailed it.
Cinematography by Kamal
Good luck.
Derkawi. I'm gonna cut that out. Edited
Just don't give him any credit
Yeah,
by
at all.
Richard Schwaddle. That's it.
Classic Richard
Yeah,
Schwaddle.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's a big greenlit player.
I could tell, to be honest,
Oh.
when it started. I was
King. He's our white whale.
King.
Yeah. We need him on.
We need
I'm
him
gonna
on.
reach
We're gonna
out.
get him.
I'm gonna reach out. My people are gonna reach out to his people. So this film is based on Shrinking Violet, which is a 2009 young adult novel by Danielle Joseph about a shy Miami teenager who becomes an anonymous radio co-host at her stepfather's station. Several elements were changed for the adaptation, including the protagonist being renamed from Teresa to Tara, and the radio persona being changed from Sweet Tea to Radio Rebel. I kind of wish we had a movie called
I think
Sweet
Sweet
Tea.
Tea's better.
Tea.
Yeah, Radio
No.
Rebel. was
Reader
gone.
of what's a little on the nose, no?
Yeah.
I also feel like, I mean, obviously there's like the plot and everything, but Sweet Tea, it's Teresa. Radio Rebel could be like any name.
Yeah.
Sweet Tea's kind of a
It's not like
hint.
Rhonda. Oh, it's not like Rhonda.
Rhonda.
It's late. I'm tired. It's 9 o'clock.
I had no idea it was based on
I
something
didn't
else.
Yeah,
either.
neither did
No
I.
idea.
I think it
There-
makes it worse, no?
That it's based on something?
Yeah.
I have
Why?
no idea.
I don't know. If it was just like an original Disney piece of garbage, I'd be like, all right, whatever, fine. But it's
Right.
based off something. So someone like heard this idea and was like, this is the one.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a undisclosed number of money into it, and never talk about
my
it.
thinking
after it
is
comes
it's
out.
like 25 million. That's my guess.
You think
All in.
was this pre or post Jesse?
Middle of it.
Yeah.
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 During.
And the lead girl in this
Current,
is the
yeah.
lead girl in Jesse,
Yes,
right?
which I think is
Is
hilarious
insane.
because she's like, I have to assume 20s in
Yeah.
Jesse, and now she's a high school kid.
She's like,
Oh,
a
yeah.
nanny.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Oh,
she
yeah.
had to be like a little older. And I was like, okay, look up when Jesse was, look up when this was, because something's not lining
It
up.
was
it's
in the
actually
middle.
a really
She
good
did.
point.
She did kind of pull it off though as a high school kid.
Oh, yeah.
A little.
But
A
we
little.
also did point out that like everyone in this movie, it's like a classic. Like they're in high school, but they're all 30.
Yeah, they don't look
You
like
know,
high schoolers at all.
The other people.
What was her name? Stacy. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
She's a grown.
That's a grown
That's a
woman.
Grown
Yeah.
woman, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So principal photography took place during the summer of 2011 in Vancouver. School scenes and some radio station interiors were filmed at Meadow Ridge Independent School in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Debbie Ryan recorded 2 songs to promote the film, a cover of The Kogos' We Got the Beat, and
Yeah,
a
she
collaboration with Chase Ryan and Chad Hively called We Ended Right. And the final note I have on production here, the film premiered to 4.3 million viewers on Disney Channel.
Is that a good number for TV?
I don't know.
I feel like that's okay,
Yeah.
right?
It's a lot to me.
I was one of those 4
I was
points.
probably, yep.
Yeah.
You were in the you were sat for that premiere.
I was set, popcorn and all.
They're like, dude, she covered We Got the Beat. We gotta put this on.
Yeah. We gotta watch it 1,000
We gotta watch
times.
this right now.
Also, another thing with Disney Channel, like I always, and this kind of applied to like Cartoon Network movies and Nickelodeon movies too, is like when I was younger, I had no concept of the fact that like the next day they would play that movie 4 more times.
Yeah. Oh,
So
you
I was
had to
under the
watch it.
assumption it was like that the premiere was the only time you would ever see that movie, and then you have to wait for it to come out on like DVD,
Sure.
like come out of the archives. And then with movies like this, like I would watch it on like the premiere night, and if I missed it, I'd be like, all right,
It's
never
over.
seen that again. And then it'd be on the next day, and it'd be like, how is this possible? Who like broke the system and allowed this to happen?
So wait, did you think you watched it on premiere day, or you
Potentially.
just caught it at some point?
And I
As a
thought it
young
was
man.
premiere day.
Well, yeah, you just didn't know what was going on.
I have no idea. I actually don't know. Because, again, this movie it didn't stick out. Like, I know I'd watched it, but
it just didn't stay.
like, come to the forefront of my mind when thinking about it. So I was like, okay. I know, like, the vibe, but I don't remember my exact viewing situation.
Because you know what's... Okay, when you guys picked Radio Rebel, I also, like, if you can't tell, my voice is shot, so I'm really struggling right now.
We've had a long couple
of days. A lot of, like, screaming and stuff. But I remember when you guys picked Radio Rebel, I had to do, like, research in my brain. So I'm like, okay, this was around the same time of other greenlit things.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it existed till the joke started. I've never seen it. And I didn't know why. So then I realized, I'm like, wait, it's 2012. This is not around the time of greenlit things. Greenlit is like 06, 07, sometimes
We've
03.
had a couple 2010s.
Yeah, but remember, like,
Not
Turbo,
many.
never seen it. And that was post-2010s.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, wait a minute. What's a core movie I remember seeing in theaters young? Not like a kid's movie, like an actual movie. And I'm like, well, I know I saw Inception. So when did that come out? And that was 2010.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So by 2012, I was so gone.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, there's no way I was watching the premiere of Radio Rebel with 4.3 other million people.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I mean, fair enough.
So, like, am I just, like, freaking awesome? Or, like, did I evolve too quickly?
Nah.
You're kind of scary.
You had a shitty childhood.
I just got there like last year and I'm turning 25.
Like, I watched Inception as a 9-year-old.
That's
Yeah, no.
trauma
a
childhood.
little scary.
Kind of explains a lot.
Yeah,
You can blame my
explains
dad
why
for
you're
that
wearing a
one.
Wolverine hat
No.
and a Pancake Man shirt.
It's triple XL and a woman's,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You mean it rocks? You're just jealous, dude.
No,
Don't
it's-
even.
Yeah, I kinda want one.
It ruled. Going into the plot. So what I realized after I wrote the plot is that I started taking notes like 15 minutes into the movie. So when I looked back into my notes, I was like, oh, I missed the whole opening of the movie. So I
What?
pulled it directly from the Wikipedia page because I do not remember the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Wait,
but
why did
this
you-
makes sense.
Why'd you start taking notes so late?
I think we were eating dinner during the movie, and then I didn't have my phone, like, actively taking notes. I was like, I'll remember everything, but then it was just like, you just get shoved right into the plot, and then you're just like, okay, and also, like, not a whole lot happens.
That's
so
fair.
I was like, all right, so ready for this? This is all Wikipedia. Shy teenager Tara Adams attends Lincoln Bay High School in Seattle and secretly works as the city's most popular radio DJ, Radio Rebel. Unbeknownst to her friends, Audrey, Larry, and Barry. No idea who those people are.
No
Tara's
idea.
crush.
Guys.
Oh, are those the
Come on
twins?
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Barry?
yeah. And I know Audrey. Okay.
And Audrey's the grown woman?
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
This is
that was
really
bad. Larry and Barry.
It's fine.
Come on.
They're only in the movie as like a joke every 20 minutes. And they're like creeps. The whole joke is that they're creeps.
Yeah. They're in love with her.
Maybe.
In love with a woman
That's
they've
not
never
maybe.
seen.
Maybe.
I think they interact with Radio Rebel once. And then they're like in trash cans and bushes with binoculars and shit. And like audio modulators. It's insane.
I mean, she also has an audio modulator, but that's for different reasons.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, Tara's crush Gavin and his friend Gabe are in a band called the G's and hope to perform
Oh.
at prom.
Worst name ever.
That's
by
the end
way.
of the Wikipedia. Now we're getting to
Oh,
my
now
cool
it's back to
notes.
Nick
Yeah,
notes.
yeah.
Okay, wait. Already
yeah.
a couple of things
Yes.
I need to ask you guys about, especially you, because you seem to like this movie.
Okay.
Okay, the G's.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Okay, one, why? Two,
Well, it's a band. High school band.
it's a terrible band name because the Bee Gees exist.
The G's, Gavin, and what's the other kid's name?
Yeah, but
Gabe.
I watched with captions and it was Gees, as in
Well.
Bee Gees.
Okay.
You can't just steal the
So?
last part of one of the most famous bands to ever walk the earth.
I have a band called the Bees.
It's like if we started a band called Duran.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
That's fine.
And then they somehow get big and no one ever mentions it.
I feel like they get big, like, locally.
Yeah, I think it's
It's,
just
it's
like,
big enough to play prom.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's just
that's-
like,
It's on it's
Local.
grading on a scale.
Yeah, but like the lead singer
Right.
all of a sudden becomes like Mick Jagger, and he's like he has the ego of like a
in
god.
the school.
It's not the scale of famous like Lemonade Mouth where they're like selling out Madison.
Yeah.
stadiums and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
That-
crazy.
correct.
Yeah, probably because they can't with the name that's the G's. They're gonna get sued.
So are you
Fair
sure the
enough.
captions? Is it actually
It is the
G-E-S?
G. In the Wikipedia, it's the G apostrophe S.
Oh, interesting.
But on the because we also had captions and it was the G.
G-E-S, so it's spelled like
I didn't know if the
BGs.
captions just assumed because I would assume that it was G apostrophe.
If it's
S.
Yeah.
G apostrophe
I
S,
think-
I'll give it credit.
I would assume that is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
the captions
Yeah.
just screwed it up.
I think so.
I feel like that makes sense.
So I think if someone's writing the captions, they don't know how to spell it. Maybe it's still not the best band name.
Or is just
If your
someone
band's
who
called the
shouldn't
Beatles,
have a job.
that's pretty obvious. Or someone that shouldn't have a job because they got the captions wrong in
Change-
Radio Rebel.
Yes, change
You want them to be
careers.
fired?
Yes.
No, promote them.
That's not an entry-level position. This is a vital...
It is not. No one
Job.
is going to Peacock and watching Radio Rebel.
We did. All 4 of us did.
So it has 4 views.
But when it debuted, it had 4.3 million.
Yeah, but then what? 4.3 million to 4.
Why is it on Peacock?
That's,
That's another
a
question.
great
It's a Disney movie.
What the heck?
Nick, do you know the answer?
This just pissed me right off when we started watching this movie, and I was like, I'm gonna boot up Disney Plus. Like, no questions.
That's what we did.
I was
We went to Disney
boot up
Plus.
Disney
Duh.
Plus, search it, and then I go online. It's like it's on Peacock, and I was
Yeah.
like, great. The rivals to Disney, NBC Universal. Why did they have it?
I have a theory.
It makes no sense.
I think it does make sense. I don't think Disney wants it.
I knew
It's
you
just-
were gonna say that.
I think they sold it to the lowest or highest bidder, and it was Peacock, and it was probably like $5.
That's fair.
And they're
but
like,
it's
please
weird that-
take this.
It's weird that they just because the popularity of the Disney Channel original movies that they don't have like their own category on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That is.
I
They have
thought
all
they
of
used
them.
to.
They might. They
Or Disney Channel is
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's its own thing. And like all of them are there, but not
Not Radio Rebel.
really weird.
Well, okay, are the DComs still... First of all, are they still around? And 2, are they big as they were back in the day?
They are still around.
I don't think
Because I
they're
feel like
as big.
cable's not
Not
as
as
big as
big.
it
Yeah.
used to be.
I would argue that they're just as big, just with our generation. The reason I say that is because Disneyland Park literally started doing this 2 years ago. They have a Disney Channel night that they
Really?
specifically dedicate to Disney Channel
To Radio
movies.
Rebel?
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's like Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
and
It
They're
includes
like-
shows, to be
Musical
fair, but
and
it's like,
The
High
Proud
School Musical's in
Family.
there,
Yeah.
Like
all
Wizards.
that stuff.
Wizards,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of like the older, not all movies, but it's like that whole generation,
That
like our
whole
generation.
era.
Yeah. Now we have enough money to go to Disneyland that's dedicated to that night.
And have they ever done anything with Radio Rebel?
Probably not.
Thank you. I rest my case.
Well, they haven't done anything with Minutemen either, and that
Yeah.
I've
is
never heard of
I
that.
feel like they do things with like
I'm done.
the bigger
I'm done.
Disney Channel original movies.
What the
Like,
fuck is Minutemen?
Yeah, it rules.
that's I'm sorry. That's
It's so.
I don't think it's sad that I
No,
don't
but
know a decom.
but that's like a big one out of like all of the DComs. That's probably like top 10 to 15.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Oh my god, it's so good. It was probably my intro to sci-fi.
Wait, okay, wait. What's it,
That's
what's it
why I
called?
like
Minutemen?
sci-fi.
Yeah.
It is on
That's why
Disney
I'm saying
Plus.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is weird that Radio Rebel's not. Like
I
all
don't-
jokes aside, it is kind
Yeah,
of
because
weird.
even though it's not, who cares if it's not talked about? It's still a decom.
Well,
Yeah.
there is there's a weird thing because remember HBO Max did it a ton where it's like a tax write off where it costs money to have a title on their streaming service even if it's their own title. So genuinely, I know I'm clearly not the biggest fan of this movie, but it could have been a thing where the viewership was low and they're like it'd be cheaper for us to sell it somewhere than to keep it.
Yeah.
And maybe the other ones are just performing better. I don't know.
Maybe.
But this one does get clowned on a lot, so you think the viewership would be kind of high.
That's why I'm a little bit curious about it because I feel like Radio Rebel, especially recently, has gotten a lot of like memes. So it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of made a resurgence, I guess.
You could argue the longevity of Radio Rebel is better than Lemonade Mouth. Because
Yeah.
like nowadays, Lemonade
Yeah.
Mouth is not really talked about. Where Radio Rebel, there's still big videos and memes coming out about that thing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, Lemonade Mouth's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It's a very strange rights thing, but gotta get it back.
I don't know if we got
we do. I'm fighting that fight. It's the good fight.
a big celebration day when it's back.
Uh,
Celebrate!
I
Guys,
also,
it's back!
I also want to note that this whole movie, but especially in the beginning, I noticed it, and then I kind of got used to it, like in the middle towards the end. But it felt like a bad first draft of a movie with the dialogue.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even know how to properly express it, but the characters were talking to each other and just like word vomiting the plot that was supposed to be happening, and that was it. Like that was the dialogue was very surface level and almost like a middle schooler like that's never written a movie before.
That's brutal.
Like wrote that dialogue.
Yeah, that is brutal.
And got in there. But again, I haven't watched any of the DComs since then, more recently. But I'm curious if they are similar with their dialogue
Could be.
writing. Like it's like very force-fed. Like you have to just understand it because it's made for children.
It's tailored to such a young audience.
I'm not sure.
I think they are. I think if you rewatch High School Musical, you might be like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funky. But that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh.
But
there's no deeper context
No.
to any of what they're saying.
I think everybody else did a fine job except Debbie Ryan.
I
would
agree.
Very
In terms
much
of
agree
acting?
with that.
Yes. Because everybody kind of seemed a little normal and kind of awkward high school.
And they
like,
played their roles
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Debbie Ryan seemed like a freak. And I'm so sorry. That is also brutal.
Yes.
But my God.
Yeah,
it
not-
was a hard watch.
Not playing into her role. It's just like
she
bad.
played into it in a strange way.
Yeah.
Like Disney Channel, or like Disney Channel acting in general, I feel like it's such a specific kind of acting, and I think that
Yeah.
also has to do with like the dialogue, but
Right.
it's like it's so specific, and I feel like everyone else did a fine job with that, but I think Debbie Ryan like played into it too much, where it
Yeah.
was like a little comically like over the top.
Right.
Like,
I'm
it was
like, you're not a
what
real
are you
girl.
doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, when you first said everyone was good except Debbie Ryan, I was like, but there is a thing of like the dialogue is so rough.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the first draft example is a great example because a lot of it is almost like, hey, I feel this way, I feel this way, and it's like that's what you first put, and then you go back later and make that more subtle, but they just never did.
No.
Maybe because it is a Dean Cobb movie, who knows? Maybe the budget was just so low. I don't know what was going on, but there is that vibe to it. So sure, a lot of the actors did do like the best they could with such surface level stuff, but Debbie Ryan does have like what I'm officially coining the Cat in the Hat effect, where you could edit it as a horror movie
you
and
coined
play it
it.
perfectly. Like there's so many moments where she's freaking me the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I was high watching this, I'd be scared as hell.
There was
Yeah.
one moment where she hid behind the fridge.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was like, what the fuck,
is
she
this?
doing?
Yeah, she's just
That's
like a statue.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how a shy person acts. Like,
Yeah.
No.
I was shy. I've never hid behind a
No.
fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like there's a couple moments if you watch closely, it's like a wide shot. And if you just look at her, she's just staring at Gavin, and she's like not blinking.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is horrifying.
Yeah, it's also just the facial expressions, like the way that she like her eyes and like the way she moves her mouth.
I'm like,
ooh,
oh, she's gonna kill him.
She like over contorts her face
Exactly.
to try and match what on paper is supposed to be the character's like motivation and emotions, but it's too stereotypical, over the top
Yeah.
to like work.
To the point where like, oh, there's like clearly something wrong here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this was a real person. You're like, uh-oh.
In Jessie, I feel like it was okay. Like, she had her moments in Jessie, but it wasn't as, like, brutal as
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
This was
Well,
brutal.
I don't remember Jessie a lot, but was
Well,
she?
of course not. You didn't.
Oh, I was watching. I was
Smoking
watching
cigarettes.
Inception. Was she like a super shy, awkward like teenager in Jessie? Or
No.
No.
I didn't think
She was
so.
like a young adult nannying
Confident in the
kids.
city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to be an actress in New York City.
So she's playing the opposite role in this.
Total.
Exactly,
It didn't work.
Did not work.
No, it didn't work.
I don't know why they thought that this would be a good role for her based on her previous experience, like from Jessie. It's like how do you as a producer look at her and go, that really confident person? She's probably gonna be really good at being shy.
Yeah. Also, put her in high
No.
school.
Yeah.
Right.
She's 35 at this point.
Put that 40-year-old woman in high school.
Yeah. Okay, getting to my notes. Ready? She gets up in front of the class to write a prompt. I don't know. They're like, the teacher's like, oh, it's like improv. We should write a prompt or something. And she's like, oh.
We've all done that in
Yeah.
geometry.
And
Yeah.
immediately, she shies back to her desk because she's just too awkward. Just the most awkward way possible.
In the scariest way possible.
Yeah. But that's like the whole scene. She gets up and then she just like shudders and
Yeah.
like goes back. And it's
You know
like,
what?
it's very
Okay, you know
hard
what
to
it
watch.
was? Okay, she's like the female Christian Slater in Heathers.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I've never seen
Do you know the story?
a little.
Where he's kind of like this scary, kind of edgy, shy guy, but then he ends up trying to blow up the school.
Right.
Nope.
Like this ends in an attack.
Lost me.
I feel like she's scary, but I wouldn't say she's scary in a I'm gonna blow up the school way.
In like
I
a
think
Heather's
she's-
way.
Yeah, because when I see her like shuddering, I like Christian Slater was almost like a cool shy. Like he was like, I don't care about any of these people anyways. Like I'm gonna stick to myself. She was just like, if anybody said one word to her, she'd be like,
She'd just
yeah,
break down.
and you're just
Yeah.
like, you know,
She's like if you look at me the wrong way, I'm going to run away instead of blow up the school.
But if Gavin didn't reciprocate, I don't know. There's some anger there.
I think she'd have
There's some
choice
underlying
words.
tension there.
She might have some choice words on her Radio Rebel show. but
Okay,
I
maybe
think
that.
She had a good outlet.
Yeah,
for all the-
exactly.
The
I-
most famous podcast of all time.
Podcast
Or
radio
radio show,
show.
which
Yeah,
we'll get
I
to
don't
that
know.
too. But it's okay. Maybe she won't blow up the school like Heather's, but I think she has this very powerful radio show, and she's very shy, and also she's given this massive amounts of power. So if Gavin didn't reciprocate, I'm just going to be honest, I think she would destroy his life. Like, she would use her platform so badly. Say all this nasty shit about him.
Sure.
I don't know if I get that vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it would go right to her head.
I don't think so.
I don't know, I feel like that's like it's like an Elon Musk. Like, he was super shy and nerdy, all of a sudden he becomes super powerful. He's like a criminal.
I think that she'd just, like, go on her show and, like, you know how she would have, like, kind of inspirational things about the way to look at life? I think she'd just go on and be like, you know what, sometimes people are going to reject you. And, like, she'd kind of, the way she's talking would be very much hinting towards him.
I completely agree with that.
Anybody, like, people would know, but she wouldn't be like, everyone...
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, she called out people, though. Let's not forget. She called out the
Stacey
popular
deserved
girl.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
My God.
I gotta be honest. Well, fuck it. I'll get to that note right
What,
now.
is Stacey your favorite?
I think Stacey's the true hero of this movie.
Pelton?
I think she's underrated.
What?
I'm done.
I do. I really do.
We should
What?
just end this show.
No,
The
there's a
40-year-old
support for
woman?
Stacey. The 70-year-old woman. Yeah. It's like a grandmother.
Literally, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they picked these people. I just can't
so
believe
right.
it.
She looks like she would be
Yeah.
a teacher. And she ends up being a teacher somehow. She's like directs the whole play and there's no guidance
right.
whatsoever.
I'm not,
Yeah.
I think I missed that storyline. Were
I
they
think
like, was it a
there
school
isn't.
project, but then she was in charge of everybody
I
then?
was
Right.
wondering that, too.
I don't understand
I
that.
missed something.
It was like a
I think.
weird, like, they were like, we need a tertiary story, and they were like, play. Make the one that everyone hates in charge of it, and, I don't know, we come back to that, like, every 10 minutes, and just check in,
sure.
and she's about bossing them around, and maybe they flirt. I don't know.
There was a throwaway line where the teacher was like, "Hey, we need like a director for the play. Like a student's gonna direct it."
Yeah.
And then she ends up getting chosen, or she volunteers, whatever. Which I'm like, okay, fine. That's like a little experiment, sure. But then every time they rehearse, the actual teacher's just never
there.
Yeah.
Never shows up again.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like make a student teacher and go home. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Where does this take place? Is this, like, just small town America?
It might, but I don't
I was
remember.
gonna say, maybe that's just like,
Was it Seattle?
oh yeah, I think I
Yeah,
said
it
that at the
was,
beginning.
because they
Seattle, I'm
showed
losing
the,
my mind.
like, skyline or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Maybe in Seattle it's like different there. They're just like, nah, you guys do it.
Well, like, also, wasn't there a line that Stacey said where she was like, I think we need to rehearse more at 7 p.m.
Yeah, like after school.
So,
So
like,
she's like giving keys to the school, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
No.
sports. They're practicing.
But with no coach.
No.
Just
Doesn't show
teenagers.
up. No. You gotta be self-motivated to make
And
it
like
in
there's
college.
probably $1 million theater. Just
Yeah.
like go for it. It's well, she's clearly 70 years old. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's like okay, you know how certain teachers, let's say they're like teaching a book, right? They're like, all right, like get together in groups. You do a presentation on chapter 7. You guys do chapter 8. It's because they don't want to teach the chapter. If we're
Right.
being honest, you know what I mean?
Right.
She just did that for her whole job.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Oh,
yeah.
I have to make a play. Oh, you do it.
Yeah.
Bye.
She figured it out.
She just went home. Like it's kind of badass.
Yeah,
if you
it's
think
pretty
about
cool.
it.
Earning the check, letting
You know
the kids
what?
have independence.
She's the
It's
true hero,
Pretty
dude.
rad.
She
She's
doesn't
the
care about this
true
radio
hero.
level shit.
Sure.
She's like, make a fucking play. I don't care.
Okay. During her podcast, her stepdad comes upstairs and tries to bond with her over Radio Rebel, the famed Radio Rebel. But he finds out that she is, in fact, Radio Rebel. Almost instantaneously.
It was way too
It's
quick.
way
I was like,
really-
whoa, this is happening already?
It was like 15 minutes into the movie. I was like, whoa, why does somebody already know?
It was in like the first 10. She said something like, no, so I am. And then 5 minutes later, she's like, it's me. I'm Radio Rebel. It's
yeah.
me. And then she tells like everyone.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that he, is like the owner of Slam FM. He's like a
Slam
producer
FM.
there.
He's like a higher up.
Yeah. But also, he's on the brink of like losing his job because
Yeah.
all of his shows just like completely tanked and failed. And then
Okay.
he was like, "All right, you have to join because I know you're Radio Rebel, and I need you to help me save my
Also-
job."
Okay, I have so many questions. And it's one of my biggest complaints with this movie, and it bothered me and Nicole so much. Because they use the term podcast and radio just interchangeably.
Yeah,
That's
That's
what
not-
this show is. It
that
was
is
a
literally
radio
what
show,
this show is.
and now it's
That's
a podcast.
actually
Yeah,
actually.
you guys are the closest thing to Radio Rebel.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, we're Radio Rebel.
I'm Radio Rebel.
I'm Radio
No,
Rebel.
I'm Radio Rebel.
I'm actually not Radio Rebel. Uh,
But okay, wait. So the thing is, we see her. It clearly is some sort of live show that she does like in her bedroom.
right.
So I want to know so bad. Like, how did this get big? How did she start doing it? Does she put it out as a podcast like Greenlit? Like, we are both, but there's a definition. We're not a radio show anymore. But at least there was, like, a reason we use those two terms interchangeably.
SoundCloud.
Could be SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
And
also,
what platform she's using?
not even what platform, just, like, how
Apple
did she
Podcasts.
get...
What is she doing?
How does she get to this level of fame?
Gotcha.
Because the movie starts with it already being super popular.
That is true.
Well,
That is
okay,
fair.
the timeline that it's taking place, I'm assuming that, like, that was, like, the era when, like, podcasts were not super popular. So maybe it was just, like, people were kind of discovering... And then it was like the 20 podcasts that exist just blew up, and she was one of them.
But then, okay.
Or she's a radio show because everyone tunes in live because they have to.
Because they have to, because it's radio. I don't know. I don't know if it's radio. It's called Radio Rebel, so I assumed it was radio. But maybe
Podcast
it's
Rebel.
not. It could be Podcast Rebel. But then, okay, that I also give it that credit. I'm like, well, it's 2012. Podcasts weren't super big. Early podcast, she got it on the ground floor, whatever. She gets super big. But most of the movie, she talks about things that are actively going on in her high school only. Mm-hmm. She says teachers' names, students' names, etc. So if you're outside of this little high school bubble, this podcast would have no appeal to you.
No.
None. Because it's not like she's telling you who these people are. She references them like you know them.
Yeah.
So how does her dad know about this show? How big is this show in the world?
It seems...
Is it just here?
It seems like it's like the whole point of it is to be super inspirational, but she's using personal anecdotes.
Yeah.
It's just weird that she drops their like first name and all that stuff.
And then, like, I know you, like, in terms of story writing, you can't just explain the movie on the podcast because obviously we just saw those events happening.
Right.
But in the world of this movie, she's not explaining anything.
Yeah.
So if I were to listen to her show, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on at all. Also, why am I taking advice from a 16-year-old girl in high school? Like, this is the last person I would listen to.
Yeah, I guess that's because they all know that she goes to the school.
Yeah. So I get the school being into it. That makes sense to me. But the world outside of the school, it's big enough that Slam.fm's like, oh, holy shit, you're Radio Rebel. We got to put you on the air right now.
Right.
How the hell is that possible?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
It's got to be a town thing.
Yeah, that's
like
what
the
I was-
biggest podcast in the town because all the parents and stuff know what's going on in the school.
Yeah.
So, but all the parents were listening. Like they are listening to a child speak on
Yeah.
radio, which
Yeah.
is kind of funny if you think.
And they're
about
like,
it.
she's the best ever.
She's the best. She's so
the coolest
wise.
She's the best ever, and like
16.
and Ryan Seacrest is probably on the air, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
why aren't we
Like,
listening to him?
Right.
going on.
Howard Stern's on the air. Is she on satellite?
I think
Do
so.
you think she's Sirius XM? Yeah.
Competing with Howard Stern.
She definitely. She's winning.
Okay. So there's still so much plot, but also like no plot.
There
at all.
is? Yeah.
Tara finds out that Gavin is going to prom with Stacy, our favorite girl. And
Oh,
her
hero.
friend is
Legend.
upset with Tara because she won't come to her house to listen to Radio Rebel on Slam FM. It's like the big debut. And she's like, no, I got things to do. I don't forget what her excuse was, but that's...
Family dinner. with
Family dinner,
Stace
that's right,
Spring.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. But then 5 minutes later, she figures out it's Radio Rebel.
Right. So she gets to the studio and is overwhelmed by the choices of music, but she absolutely crushes her first show. And also, it's strange, and I don't know how quick the turnaround was on him asking and then her doing the show.
It's like the next day.
When she gets to the studio, there is a built-in voice modulator already in her setup.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that.
I also love that they show her, like, they give her a tour and they show her the studio. They go, oh, first time seeing it. Oh, you're on in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
time
Not
to get
10,
used to anything
So like
at
you're on
all.
in 10, and he's like 9,
8.
and it's like okay.
I liked also in that part, like when she first showed up, she was like, I don't know how to use any of this. And she was like struggling. And then they're like 10, 9, 8. And she immediately was like, doot, 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 doot. And she like
Figured
brought the
everything
microphone
out.
in. Like
Yeah.
she knew what
knew.
she was doing like the second after that.
In fact, she was so good. If you remember, she had like one of those pull-down microphones.
Yeah.
And then, like a fucking genius, she switched to an onset microphone and started walking around.
Yeah.
Like she owns the
She-
place.
She
exactly.
was
Yeah,
doing
right.
chores,
What the hell?
folding
It was
laundry.
kind of like, whoa, girl. You
Like, she
just
knows
got
her
there.
shit.
Exactly.
She immediately figures it out. And then I believe it's the next day she confesses that she has a show to Audrey, her friend.
She doesn't tell anyone except everyone.
Right. And during rehearsal, Gavin encourages Tara to speak her mind about the play they're in, just because of everything that's going on. Tara plays one of the G's, Gavin's band, songs on her show,
Which are gonna get
and
sued.
we cut to just a random dance party in their class. And the principal announces that Radio Rebel should turn herself in because she's gonna get like expelled, suspended, whatever, if she doesn't.
Which, okay, this is my first point of defense for Stacy. One of many. Because, again, Stacy is the true hero. Maddie, I don't care the faces you're making at me right now. Stacy is the
So
true
bizarre.
hero. Okay, think about it. Think about it, right? One, is she mean? Yes.
Okay.
Is there an excuse for that? No. Not cool.
Okay.
So, Stacy, what the fuck? But, someone that behaves like that, I think we're old enough and wise enough to recognize probably something going on at home. Okay?
Sure.
Probably has the best home life.
Okay.
So I want to know Stacy's story. Is she okay?
Radio Rebel 2.
What's going on?
It's coming out.
Radio Rebel 2.
QuaywoodProductions.com.
Well, no,
So-
she's not okay. We kind of know that she's
Exactly. So I come from a sympathetic viewpoint. I want to know what's going on with Stacy.
What?
Because she's painted as this black and white villain, but clearly there's more going on.
Okay, but-
And they tease it, but they don't ever lean into it.
No, I think she was being dramatic, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, I'm ready.
The reason that she was different was because she wore a crown and a princess dress. Who cares? Who cares? I want to do that.
That's
She wasn't like, she didn't go through hardships. I don't even know if she did like pageants or anything. If they leaned into like, my mom forced me to be this way, like
But that's what I mean.
They
Maybe
just-
that's what's going on.
all they said was, I want to wear a crown.
I do
Bitch,
too.
wear your crown. You didn't go through hardship. You just wanted to wear a crown.
But you don't know. I'm convinced that there's hardship underneath the surface.
Well, then they should have said something.
Well,
Then
I agree.
her parents weren't around. We
We never saw
her
them.
parents.
Yeah.
See, you're proving my point. See, think about it. Think about
Movie
it. So
might be
point is, there's clearly some hardship going on at home, some mommy issues, some daddy issues. Who knows? And then we're old enough now. We're not in high school. If you have someone that is supporting a bunch of students leaving school to go dance and interrupting classes, that is not good. She's in the wrong, Radio Rebel. Is it fun when you're watching it? Sure. But what the fuck? And Stacy's like, yo, I'm trying to learn.
You like the principal, don't you?
No. Because
Okay.
her motives is just to steal technology and probably resell it.
Yeah, hold on. What? What?
I don't know why she does that. There's like one little shot of her just like jamming out to an iPod and then we never see it again. I'm like, she's definitely selling that shit on eBay.
Yeah, they took the it's not Tara and I was gonna say Jesse. Tara and Audrey's headphones in the beginning.
Yeah.
Did they ever get them back?
No. She's just stealing
She
tech
can't
for no
legally
reason.
do that. And yeah, and then she had all that. I don't understand that at all.
It's a very
Yeah.
unethical principle.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But like Stacy, okay, in that scene, like Stacy's like, oh, she's so annoying, she's the villain. But I'm like, wait, she's right. She's going about it in a mean way, sure, but she is correct.
I mean, the principal is just like
I guess if you're one for learning.
the
It's
principal
school.
is I think the principal is the source of all of this, and if the principal was normal, then Radio Rebel never would have interrupted class or anything.
That's fair. The principal
That's
is
fair.
the
So,
ultimate bad guy.
yes.
I think Stacy being portrayed the way she was, or at least the way she was trying to be portrayed, I'm like, I don't think that's fair from what I know about this character. I think there's more going on that the script is not going into, but it's like just enough. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, no, there's more here. I'm serious. It's like a conspiracy theory, but I think there's more going on with Stacy than just like the annoying one.
I'm glad that you have a conspiracy theory about this
I
movie.
do, and I will
Radio
not. I
Rebel.
will not rest until I prove Stacy's the hero of this movie.
You should jump on the Reddit threads about this.
But okay,
Picture-
can you all agree that Radio Rebel is not always correct in this movie?
No, of course not.
Yeah, she's on the wrong
I
side of
don't
many
think,
things.
I don't think anyone is. The principal's terrible. Those two guys are like predators.
She interrupts school many
What
times.
is
Yeah.
stop with this predator thing? They're
They
not.
are. No, they're literally predators.
Oh, the Larry and Barry.
Yeah.
yeah, the ginger guy, not
Okay.
Nick.
I thought you meant Gavin and Gabe. I was
No,
like,
those
the
guys are
G's?
fine.
The
The
G's.
one guy gets like the biggest head in the
No.
world and thinks he's a rock star.
Gavin's
And
not
then-
fine. No.
Why?
No.
Gavin?
Gavin sucks.
Why?
He's taking Stacy to the prom. He's flirting with someone else in front of her. He sucks.
Good.
No, he sucks. This guy's an asshole.
No, because he told Stacy almost instantly that he's not gonna take her to the prom, right?
No. Even when prom
I thought it
got
happened
even
quick.
when prom got canceled and they did a new prom, he was still going to go with
And
her.
what was the new prom called?
Was it Morp? Is that what
Yeah.
it was? Yeah.
Called Morp.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Put
I'm
some
sorry.
respect on the name. More.
But he still was like, I can still go with you. And then she was all mad about it.
I didn't think.
I don't know.
But that was so not cool.
I don't remember.
Well, she was being a bully.
Yeah, it doesn't give him the right to openly flirt and basically kiss someone else in front of her.
I thought forgot that he canceled it with Stacy before he did it like hard.
No. Okay, hard, yes.
Yeah.
But it
which
was
is, like,
clearly what was going on. And I'm like, I feel bad. Like,
Oh my god.
she likes this guy. They're
Does she,
officially
though?
going to prom together. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she likes him.
I don't know.
Stacy
I
likes
don't know.
Gavin?
Yeah.
Duh.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
But it feels
Well,
like
that's obvious.
Yeah, Nick just said, I don't know. I think it's obvious too.
What do you
like
mean?
she does. I just feel like she's
Doing it for popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
I
like, I'm
kinda get
choosing the
that
most
vibe,
popular
too.
guy to have on my arm, and that's the only reason why.
I
It
think
felt
maybe at
very
first.
superficial.
I think that's how it probably started because he's
Yeah.
like in a band, the band's doing well, etc. But
You might be right.
Yeah.
She didn't do anything like.
No, she has no appreciation for him whatsoever.
I feel like that's kind of what I got too.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she like.
Now that I think about it.
If anyone else was as popular as him, she'd be like, yeah, I'm going with that guy.
Yeah.
But she doesn't
No.
actually like
yeah,
him.
yeah.
But I think if there was no feelings whatsoever, she wouldn't be genuinely upset that he is flirting with someone else
Maybe.
in front of her.
Maybe those develop, but
Which is such a dick move.
Definitely initially, it's very superficial.
I think initially it is superficial. But I
Yeah.
do think there are genuine feelings by the end.
Yeah, maybe by then. Yeah.
See, there's more. This theory holds water.
No,
Okay.
I don't know
I'm
if
actually
I'm-
leaning more toward him now because she just wanted to win prom queen.
Yeah, that's really her only
That's
motivation in
it,
this
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, but we see moments where she is genuinely upset over Gavin's actions.
Do we?
Yeah.
I feel like she might be more upset that it's like she's a high school girl. She has a specific vision of what she wants her prom to look like, and it's having like the date she wants, who's like the popular guy, and then also getting nominated for King and Queen.
But
And
even
then
okay,
winning King and Queen together.
Even
and
that.
then if he doesn't want to go to prom with her, then she's like, well, then I'm going by myself to this prom.
okay, but that doesn't work because she canceled prom with him.
No, she.
She wasn't gonna go to Morp because she was so upset.
No, I think he said, I'm not going to go to prom with you, and then Morp happened.
No, they were locked in because when Morp hit, she was like, "I'm not going to Morp because like whatever, we can't win." And he was like, "I'll still go with you."
I don't remember that.
I was for the first time in Greenlit history, I was really paying attention.
Radio Rebel.
To Radio Rebel, I have
I don't
specific
remember
lines of
what
dialogue
order it
memorized in this fucking thing.
This is insane. All right, we have to move on. The word is in. Radio Rebel is a hit with the school. Everyone loves her. Or him. No one even knows who this person is.
Because there's a voice modulator that barely changes her
Barely.
voice.
In the beginning, I was like,
Almost
I don't think
none.
she's using one, and Nick's like, yes, she is.
I didn't think she was using one
Yeah.
either.
And then I was like, okay, what are they even changing on her voice?
Nothing.
It just sounded like a bad microphone.
Yeah.
It sounds like our earlier microphones on Greenlit.
Yeah.
Like,
And Radio Rebel gets this van to play like Debbie Ryan music outside of the
We got the beat,
school.
what you
Yeah,
mentioned
It's fucked
earlier.
up.
which is insane.
it is. She's
Uh,
wrong. She's in the wrong.
This is during lunch. It's not during the school time. It's during lunch.
And the van wasn't on school property. So.
Right.
Okay, whoa,
Because
whoa,
they can't
whoa,
play
whoa,
music
whoa,
during
whoa.
class.
Wait a
That's the
minute.
reason why it's during lunch.
Wait a minute.
We're all like gagging up on Pelton. Like,
I
I kind of
know.
feel bad. Yeah.
This is why I'm being so defensive about my girl Stacy, okay? It was during lunch, yes. However, depending on the size of the school, not all lunches are at the exact same time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So if it's a big school, you're probably interrupting a lot of classes by doing that.
But even if there's like 4 lunch periods,
Yes,
then you
so
just
like
phase
one lunch
out.
period, sure.
Yeah.
But you're blasting music outside the entire building, not just the cafeteria.
So what if it was one lunch period? What would your take be?
Different story.
I think it's 1 lunch period because it's like the whole school comes out.
It could. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know the size of the school.
I'm gonna assume for the sake of this that is the case.
If that's the case, that's just being a fun rebel. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
If she's
No.
if she's interrupting classes, not cool.
No, I don't think she's
Fun
interrupting.
rebel.
I think that's the whole point. Is like she doesn't want to be super imperative to the whole thing that's going on.
But you said the whole point of her thing, she doesn't want to like fuck with the actual school that much. But
That
then
much?
because she exists, she gets prom canceled. And she could get prom uncanceled by just saying who she was and she refuses to do it.
But
Because
why
the
did prom
characters-
have to be canceled?
Well, the principal
Like,
sucks,
it's such a
okay?
big
I can't make the world
Yeah.
perfect, guys.
Yeah.
The principal sucks. I'm dealing with the cards I've been dealt. If I am Radio Rebel and this piece of shit principal cancels prom, says, I will fix it for the whole goddamn school if you reveal yourself. I'm not a selfish piece of shit. I'm gonna say who I am. I'm gonna get prom back. Radio Rebel sucks.
Okay, putting myself in Radio Rebel's shoes. If I was Radio Rebel and I had extreme anxiety and I did not want people to know who I was, and prom gets canceled, there's a really good chance that I would never.
I would keep
I
my
would
mouth shut.
keep my mouth shut.
You suck.
No,
Yes.
no, because if people like my stuff enough that it's causing a whole commotion, fuck it. I'm getting famous, and people can suck it,
Yeah.
Nick.
and then they can create their own. That's the whole point.
You have more Morp shouldn't even work. Because the only reason they got funding was because she was like a nepo baby, and her dad's studio just paid for Morp.
That's fair.
Like, which if the beautiful stars didn't fucking align for Morp, they'd have no prom. She just ruined the school. She's interrupting classes. She's getting proms canceled. She's a demon. She's the villain of this movie.
I've never seen you so. This is insane.
I won't lie, I never expected Pelton to be this, like...
I think it's only because it's 3v1. I'm like, bring this the
I was
fuck
gonna
on.
say
Let's
it's
go.
2v1, yeah.
I knew coming in that I'm like, my perspective on this movie, I guarantee you, is very different from probably the common conversation about this movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I do think something's going on with Stacy. I think there's more to that character.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I do think Radio Rebel is kind of the bad guy of this movie. And she's not a very likable character.
No, she's not.
Not just from the
Well,
acting.
I'll give her that. Yeah.
She's not a likable character.
Like, the actions she takes
Objectively-
are objectively wrong.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you look at Stacy, again, the approach she takes is wrong. She's being rude, she's being mean, she's being a bully. All of that is not good. But on paper, the actions she takes are the correct ones. I'm trying to put on a play. I want classes to actually happen.
Yeah, it's like
you got
the-
prom canceled. Of course she's upset about it.
It's like Peter Pan and Captain Hook. It's like
Sure.
one is painted as the hero, one is painted as the villain. But if you look at it in reality, SpongeBob and Squidward, it's a
there's
classic
more going
thing.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least with
Uh,
SpongeBob, he's likable.
No, I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh.
Depends on who you ask.
That's a different
but,
conversation
yeah,
for a
yeah.
different day. He's supposed to be likable. How about that? But in Radio Rebel, she's terrible.
But she never had the intention of doing any of this.
It's like Dear Evan Hansen.
It
he, like,
just
Yeah, and he's a little
That's
creep
fair.
goblin in that movie.
Yeah, and he's like objectively
Goblin.
the villain.
What
Yes.
is going on?
I think it's also just,
Evan Hansen,
it's just
you
this,
hate?
it's just the CG on his face is so freaky. He just looks like he's melting wax the whole movie.
Well, yeah, he hasn't seen, like, the Broadway
No, I've only
version.
seen
I've
the
never
movie.
seen the movie. I've only seen the Broadway.
Oh,
That's-
so we're
it's-
opposite.
It's
Yeah.
the CGI on
In the movie, he really
Not
looks like
CGI,
like a goblin.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need
He
to
looks
watch
like Creature from the
Silent
fucking
Theater, I
Black
think.
Lagoon.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
It's a great
okay,
show.
Because of that, the perception
tainted.
of the show is tainted.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, take the same actions as Evan Hansen and then substitute like fucking Frankenstein. You'd be like, this guy is a literal monster. That's what the movie is.
I do think it's a fair comparison to make because the actions that they take are fueled by their anxiety, and like
Yeah, that's true.
the most extreme version of that anxiety that anyone could possibly ever have. And
It's
then
a comical amount of anxiety.
comical amount in both situations.
I like, okay, I'll be fully honest, I'm on like anxiety medication. I have a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
I'm very
sure.
open about
Sure.
it. And I was watching this, I'm like, oh, that's a cartoon.
No,
Like,
no,
that's
it's
insane.
Well, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very comical and it's over exaggerated and it's insane. But it leads exactly what you're saying is like it leads to both of the characters, Evan Hansen and Radio Rebel, to make these decisions that are fueled by their anxiety.
comparison.
No,
It's a good comparison.
It's a great comparison.
It makes
because
sense.
they're making
just-
decisions that are rash in an objective view that they think is good because of their anxiety, and it spirals and it leads to all this stuff to happen.
And the power goes to both of their heads.
But then the way
Same
that
thing.
the filmmakers and the playwriters and the screenwriters are all giving it to the audience as is, anxiety leads people to do crazy things, and they are actually the good people because they don't mean to do it, but and that's fair. It's a fair point of view, but from an objective point of view, you're like, oh, what they're doing is not great. So it's more of like an anxiety study than it is like these people are good or they are bad.
Sure. I think I actually do really like that comparison. I think the biggest difference between the two, and even though I don't like the movie Dear Evan Hansen, I still give it credit for this at least, is in the movie, by the end of the movie is telling you what he did was bad.
Right.
Like, even he knows it as a character. Where in this movie,
She gets rewarded.
it's like she fucking rocks, and she gets a reward for what she did.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
wins prom queen, and everyone loves her. She gets the guy at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, the movie is not aware of how terrible she is, which makes it so much worse.
No, it's a ding on the screenwriters, I think, for not shining more light on that.
Yes.
Of like, if you want to make a character with this horrible anxiety, do these things and then have that framing of like, oh, it was just because of the anxiety. You have to put it into perspective and give them a little bit of like repercussions.
Exactly.
And they didn't do that, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. If they did do it, I think I would cut them a little more slack, but they didn't.
They
and it
didn't.
sucks. Yeah.
At least in Evan Hansen, again, he looks like a fucking goblin while doing it. But like the whole time, you're like, oh, like I get why he's doing it. You probably shouldn't be doing that, but like it's an easy mistake to make. I would probably do the same fucking thing. And then there's consequences for it. Where in this one, I'm like, okay, fair enough. I get why she's doing what she's doing. I would probably do the same thing if I had cartoon levels of anxiety. This is probably how I would do it as well.
Right.
But the movie never was like, what she's doing is bad. It's just like, yeah, she fucking rules. And Stacy sucks. And I'm like, no.
But what about her standing up for other people and
That-
being an inspiration?
That's great. I personally think that, again, if they were to do that with the caveat of like she knows or she finds out in some way that what she did was wrong, but she's still trying to stand up for these people, it would tie it together more holistically from a narrative view. But because it's just like, it almost feels like a beat is missing, where it's like they want her to be the good guy, but there's just like a weird way around what she's doing. It's just like it doesn't really make sense how she ends up being the good guy in the end because of what she did.
There's a thing with actions versus intentions in this movie where yes, her intentions are good. Same with fuck not Goblin Boy. Her intentions are good, but her actions are like objectively not good. But then the movie just doesn't address it. So yes, there are times where she does stand up for the right thing and she comes at it with good intentions and she can do good stuff. But the overall net of what she's doing is leading to bad things. Prom getting canceled, classes getting interrupted, Stacy not winning goddamn prom queen. I'm furious about it. Okay.
The last thing I'm getting back to plot, playing devil's advocate. From a overall perspective, the bad things that she is doing, ultimately mean fucking nothing. Prom does not matter. I didn't have prom for 2 years because of COVID and because
true.
I just didn't go. What? She didn't win prom queen. Doesn't fucking matter. Classes get canceled. Who gives a shit? I would have been really happy in high school if my classes got canceled. None of it fucking matters.
Yeah, because you're
Stacey
16
cares
and you're
too
a
much.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Stacey
saying.
cares
So
way
like,
too much.
Even though she is doing bad things, from again playing devil's advocate on the other side of it, if I was in high school, I wouldn't give a shit if if the principal fuck right off. Like a couple days of classes being missed or some classes being interrupted, whatever. The teachers could use a break. The principal could use a break. The kids could use a break. Doesn't
What?
fucking matter.
That's not. Okay.
At the end of the day, like the bad things that she is doing are not bad on a scale. They really aren't.
Okay, I see the counter argument. I think the only problem with it is I don't give a shit if a 16-year-old kid is thrilled his class is canceled. It's a 16-year-old, of course he is. He's a fucking moron. I'm 24, I'm a moron. I'm young, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
On an objective level, classes should not be getting canceled because some high schoolers on the radio telling them to leave their class and dance. That's bad influence.
Yeah, 100%.
That's like Jim Jones level. Drink
No.
the Kool-Aid, baby.
But
Wear
it's like-
red.
It's like standing up to the patriarchy, though.
Yeah.
Like, this principal's the problem.
What about all
Yeah.
the teachers?
I don't know where the
Again,
teachers
they
are.
probably could use a break.
You're right.
Like,
I don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah, but even that, that's not true. My dad was a teacher. I don't think he's going to be thrilled that one of his students got on the radio and said, skip your math class to go dance.
For one day. For one class.
But it starts
one
as
They
period.
didn't, she didn't say skip it, did she? She just
No,
said
it was
like
on the
at
lunch.
8 no, she said at 8 a.m. just get up
Oh,
and
yeah,
move.
yeah, sure.
Yes, get up. Not that. I guess that's true.
She-
But
they
were
inter-
still in
interrupting
the-
class.
It
Like
was
you
probably
can't teach.
3 minutes.
But still,
one
you don't.
song.
You don't see how
But
that.
objectively, yes. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Objectively, yes. In the grand scheme of things, it's like 4 minutes, maybe 2 songs. And then they sit
Yeah,
back
but
down
that's-
and they get back to the whatever.
That's how it starts. And
But-
I'm getting to another
gateway-
note. I
it's
also
gateway.
wrote. It's a gateway drug because I wrote Radio Rebel is 1, Batman, because she uses a voice modulator and I think it's hysterical. But 2, she is also Jim Jones. This becomes a cult. Because she's like, wear red, move when I tell you to move. And like it starts with little things like, oh, that's cute. But you're like, oh, when she tells them to do something, they will do it.
Yeah, it's exciting.
If Oasis told you to wear red tomorrow, would you wear red?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
you
can
would.
admit I am too obsessed with Oasis.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
see,
same
I can admit
situation.
it.
Point proven.
And on the grand scale of things, like, people are interested in things and they're going to do what they say. Like, whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
but
It's
okay, I
fine.
will say devil's advocate to that. Oasis, at least right now, maybe in the 20s, different story. In the 90s, different story. But right now, they're 50-year-old men. So they told me to do something. Not that I would blindly follow it, but I'm like, oh, they're older and wiser. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
You give a 16-year-old kid with all this comical levels of anxiety this much power.
You don't know they don't know she has anxiety.
But I
They
mean,
think she's
that's
the
true.
coolest kid ever.
But I mean, I'm just saying, from her perspective, you have this girl that's never been able to use her voice, can't do anything. You give her copious levels of power. She runs this fucking school. Like, she can really say
It
wear
is
red.
hilarious.
Everyone will
It's
do
hilarious.
it. She is God of Seattle. Like, it is crazy. There's no way this ends well.
Oh yeah.
It could have gotten worse. It could have progressed
Yes.
to something insane.
And again, that's why I said earlier, I think if someone crossed her or Gavin didn't reciprocate those feelings, maybe she would do it passively and wouldn't say his name, sure, but it would lead to even worse and worse things. She could, like, ruin someone's life with this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like
So, Jim Jones.
just Joe Rogan.
I don't like Joe Rogan either.
That's what I'm saying. He has power and people follow him blindly, so it's like
Yeah,
it's
that's
fine.
and to put it in someone that now finally has a voice and is already kind of a little scary and clearly something's going on. Not the smartest person to give all the power to.
But I also think, like, okay, if I'm watching it in 2012 and I'm 10 years old or whatever, and I'm, like, sitting in class, like, it's like when you're in high school and people had that whole thing of, like, if your teacher doesn't show up in 15 minutes, you can leave.
It's not true, by the way.
I would be sitting there counting down the 15 minutes. Like,
I got to 14:50 one time, and I was so mad when the teacher.
It's also it's
Yeah.
not a rule.
I know.
Yeah, how does
I don't know
do we
how that
all know
rumor
that rule? We
spread.
grew up in all different areas.
Well, I remember I called my dad once. I was like, "Did you know if a teacher doesn't show up in the first 50 minutes, you can leave?" And he's like, "Who the fuck told you that?
Yeah,
That's
but-
not true at all."
Yeah, that's insane.
But it's like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, if I'm watching this movie as a 12-year-old or like even somewhere still in like 15, 16, if Taylor Swift, when I was 15, or if like Harry Styles
Sure.
said, hey, on December whatever, let's start a movement,
Let's skip class.
I would probably dance.
Yeah.
Like, if it's somebody that I look up to, that I like am in their fan base or something, especially if like people in my class were like, oh, did you see what Harry Styles posted? We're all gonna dance. I would be on that.
Especially high
movement.
schoolers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially high schoolers.
But
So
I
it's
think
like watching it. Sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to cut you
you're
off.
fine.
Watching it as like a 24-year-old and someone who like didn't watch that growing up. Like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to be like, well, you're disrupting class or like something like that. I can see that. I also think like I would be like, yeah, let's dance.
Oh, of course,
Like,
yeah.
Who cares?
I get why the students are falling for it. I just think it's a dangerous trap. I think there's a reason celebrities don't do that.
That's fair.
There's a reason Harry Styles says, hey, at 8 a.m., move. I don't care where you are, move. That's really scary.
Okay, that's fair.
That's
Yeah.
a fair.
That's-
Yeah.
You gotta be, you gotta be careful with influence.
I think we were all on the same page about that. Yeah.
She's the villain.
I think we need to realize this movie wasn't made for us right now.
Exactly. That's
No.
what I'm
Sounds like
saying.
It just
Yeah.
wasn't made for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah.
No.
I don't think it's made for anyone.
Okay, move on.
It's made for Peacock subscribers. All right. Radio Rebel gets nominated for Prom Queen. This is not good.
Boo.
Because she has to reveal herself. She also gets a ton of callers into the show right after she fights back against her stepdad about ending the show. He doesn't want the principal to find out who she is and expel her. She encourages Gavin to do his own thing apart from the band. And her mom forces her to go to prom after finding out the prom queen nomination. Also, because her mom also knows about the whole Radio Rebel
But
thing.
she tells everyone.
Yeah.
Her
Principal,
mom was eavesdropping at the door when she,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's how she found out.
also like weird dance moms vibes I got from her.
I did like her a lot.
It's fair. The Principal Marino cancels the prom until Radio Rebel's identity is revealed. And Radio Rebel, obviously, naturally gets hated on because people want to go to prom.
Rightfully.
And Tara comes up with a plan. Morp, a free ticket version of the prom that the principal cannot cancel. Stacy is pissed about this whole prom situation, and she catches on to Tara being Radio Rebel. And she calls into the show when Tara's at her party. And Tara has these baked responses recorded. It starts to go wrong, and she ends up calling in live, almost getting caught. Stacy's friend, or her, I don't know, assistant.
She's a 7-year-old woman, so probably.
Yeah,
her
yeah.
fucking helper.
Yeah.
Her nurse.
She sneaks into the studio to get an audio recording of Tara's mom admitting that she is Radio Rebel. And in jealousy, Stacy locks Tara in the janitor's closet and she is then immediately saved by Mr. Janitor Man.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Look, I'll be honest, that one's a hard one to defend.
Was locking her in the
Locking-
fucking
I
closet
don't know how
Yeah.
to defend that
for like seemingly forever. Because she was never
At
gonna bring her
least
food.
30 minutes.
She was never gonna. Yeah. Like thankfully she got saved pretty quickly. But her intentions were, you are getting locked
You're
in
gonna
here
die in
until
here.
the day you die.
Yes.
You are no
Yes.
longer. You
That
are no
one's
longer
bad.
allowed to
That
live.
one's bad.
And that is my choice. And I'm actively making.
The
that choice.
only thing, at least the movie knows it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay.
Just to give the movie some sort of credit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
fair.
There's something. I'm trying.
Something.
So Stacy takes Tara's place in the play that she owns, and threatens to expose her if she doesn't convince the school to vote her prom queen. Tara shows up at Morp and wins. Of course, wins the prom queen.
Ugh.
And Radio Rebel gives a pre-recorded speech and reveals herself to everyone. She gets a standing O, and then the principal expels her. This is before
Good.
everyone joins in saying that they are Radio Rebel in the very famous moment.
It's like Spartacus.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it's
just
That is
weird.
actually one of the things that I do remember about this movie. Is
The
like everyone
Spartacus
being
riff?
like,
I am Radio Rebel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And by the end, I was like, I'm definitely not Radio Rebel.
Please.
Tara crowns Stacy the Morp Queen. Everyone loves Radio Rebel. Gavin plays his own song for Tara. She does her iconic little hair pull behind the ear. And we end, of course, with a dance party. And all is well in the world.
It's not.
And that is Radio Rebel.
Once
my
again,
God.
I know I said this in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
But I'm like, for the first time, all is not well in the world. I'm saying it again.
But I mean,
Because now
they end with a dance party.
but
Has
they,
to be.
they end with people loving her, and that's unacceptable.
That's fair.
It can't
But
happen.
everybody the only one that's sad is the principal.
Yeah, who
Rightfully
is the
so.
villain? So technically,
All is well.
yeah.
Even
you might be
Stacy's
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Your
That's
a
favorite
good
girl's
point.
okay.
As long as my girl's okay,
She's gonna be okay.
it's
Everyone's
wearing her
fine, and the
crown.
principal isn't, which is like good guys, bad guys.
You're right.
You
You know, she got that crown. All is well.
All's well in
Yeah.
the world.
Nick,
All
I'll
right.
take it back.
Final thoughts. Who wants to start?
I'll start. I
All
loved
right.
it. No, Nicole, would you like to start?
Sure. Here's the thing. I think that all of the DComs are gonna have a special place in my heart because
Yeah.
I grew up with them. So it doesn't matter how bad it is on a watch. If I'm 40 and I watch it and I'm like, this is bad, I'm gonna be like, no, but like, it's kind of fun.
It's comfort
Like,
food.
It's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though there were a lot of moments where I was like, oh, the dialogue is so bad, or like Debbie Ryan is so strange, I was entertained because I was like, this is just like such a strange classic DCOM vibe that like I'm gonna enjoy it regardless.
Hell yeah.
Those
I
are my
like that.
thoughts.
That's good.
Of
Maddie?
course you do.
Comfort food is such a great way to describe it because it is classic Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah.
And as weird as it is, and now looking back, I mean, it's not made for 24,
Well,
25
yeah,
year olds.
that is
It's
true.
just not. But I still like it.
That's
I
fair.
do.
She is ready.
I
to
do,
rock.
and I
It's,
did.
like a warm
I thought the
blanket.
G's were good. I
Yeah.
was singing with them.
We're so fly.
I was
We're
gonna say,
so-
one of my
my
final
God.
notes was We Sell Fly Rules.
It's kind of a good
the rule someone
song.
said play it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually quite good.
Actually, I love that Gavin. They play it once. He's like, I hate this song, and then he plays it again. He's like all in love with it.
Yeah,
And I'm
right.
like, okay, sure.
I also know like the lyrics to that song, like
Awful.
because we had the subtitles on. I was like, what are these lyrics? But then at the end, I was like, you know what? I'll dance
I'm
to
vibe
it.
with it.
Like I'm vibing with it.
I still like it. I'll probably
fair.
watch it again in a few years when I'm 30.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The comfort. Remember, I didn't watch this as a kid.
That's fair.
So there was no
Yeah.
blanket comfort food level.
This is what I found with you is that, and also with me, of like, if we don't have the nostalgia behind it, it usually leads to, hey, these movies are not made for us. And the first time we're watching it is as a 24-year-old adult.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to like it. And that's what I've come to expect. Is like, if I haven't seen the movie as a child, I probably won't like it. And I expect that. If you haven't seen it, I know that you're probably going to come into the movie of like, I don't like it. And that's it. So I fully anticipated this.
Yeah,
But-
I have no connection to this movie whatsoever besides just like the occasional internet video. I don't know why I said that like I'm 80 years old. YouTube video.
Yeah, wow.
The occasional interweb
video
video.
on the internet.
The moving pictures on the screen. Like, the fuck? I have no connection to this movie. I will say, I have watched movies tailored towards kids that I've not seen as a kid, as an adult. And I can still walk away liking them.
That's fair.
I think there is an art to making a movie tailored towards a young audience and not inherently making it stupid or bad. Those two do not go hand in hand. Where
Sure.
sometimes that's waved off as an excuse, like, oh, it's a kids movie, so who cares? It wasn't meant for you. I'm like, well, you can still make it a good film. There's a difference there. So, as someone who came into it blind, I think the dialogue is terrible. Mm-hmm. The acting is borderline spooky at times, if we're being honest. There's really weird backwards morals in this movie that are never addressed. And I gotta be honest, I'm in shock that it's the same league as like Lemonade Mouth in modern times.
Okay.
It still gets talked about in this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, really, this out of all the DComs, I understand most of them.
Yeah.
High School Musical, I get it. Lemonade Mouth, I get it. But this one, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm stunned. It's like a Dear Evan Hansen. It's a little fucking goblin creature.
Okay.
Debbie
I have a
Roth
few
writing.
thoughts on that. Well, while I mostly agree, I think sort of two things here. One, I think that the Disney Channel original movie category is so coveted by people from our generation, and it's almost like Hallmark movies where you already kind of know what you're getting into when you go into a Hallmark movie, and whether or not it on an objective level is a good film, there is a group of people that really, really love those. And it doesn't
That's fair.
matter.
Yeah.
And there's a nostalgia there. But then on the other side too, I agree that there feels like there was a chunk that was missing that explained the morality of Radio Rebel's personality. That if they did that and she kind of realized what she did was wrong, even if the overall repercussion or the consequences of what she was doing wasn't like the end of the world, if she did learn that lesson, I think the movie overall would work much better. That being said, I do think this movie went on for way too long.
It's like an
I
hour and
thought
It
20.
was very top heavy, and then like
Yeah, and then it was like the same scenes over and over and over. You're checking in with this play that's happening.
The two stalkers.
Yeah, you have the same bits recurring.
We didn't even talk
like
about that.
7
No, 'cause
times.
there's nothing to talk about.
no, there isn't.
And so if they cut it down, they cut the fat out, and then they added that portion in where she kind of learns her lesson, and then you have the happy ending, and everyone kind of gets what they want. The principal's kind of booted to the side. Everyone has their little dance party. I think it would work much better. So for me, I didn't really like it overall, but I completely understand why someone who is a big Disney Channel original movie fan would like it. Because again, I have like my one or two, but I wasn't really in that realm, but I do understand why people liked it.
I agree. I think the kind of like really final thoughts on this, because I don't want to worry about it ever again in my life. But I think the biggest core problem with this movie is there are weird backwards morals, and the movie never touches on it. And if I had to theorize, you're sitting in a writer's room, you got to imagine, right? If I had to guess, I think it's, hey, we can't touch on themes of that level because the audience is too young. If that would happen in a more mature movie. You know what I mean? I'm not ragging on movies made for younger audiences, but that's not something you would touch on. But if it's not something you're going to touch on, then the story almost doesn't work for this audience.
Don't introduce it.
Don't introduce it.
Yeah.
I'd almost be like, this doesn't work for this audience. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And they try to do it anyway. And I think that's the biggest issue. Is they did it anyway, and they didn't have any morality or any consequences, and you're like, whoa. Like, this is bad. There's a lot of horrible things going on here, not getting talked about.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that.
And I was watching Inception, so
Right.
thank God I missed
The
it.
Sopranos.
Eating cigarette ash.
I was watching The Wire, drinking whiskey.
One final thought on Radio Rebel. I'm so glad that we get to do this in person because I don't have to sync this up.
I can't believe this got greenlit.
We did it. This is beautiful.
It feels better in person.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah, it
does.
in person. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to both Maddie and Nicole for being here to talk about this movie. Thank you, Pelton, for sitting through this movie.
myself, I guess.
And for having us over to actually record this in person. It's good to be back, even though this will be the last in-person one for a hot second.
Probably.
Check out all of our stuff on quaywoodproductions.com. Everything's there. Tune in next week for Rango.
Rango.
Pretty pumped about that. Try to think of childhood stories off the top of my head that I could say before we leave, but we'll talk about that next week. We'll talk to you then.
Just spoil the next episode.
We will
Here's
talk
all
to
the
you-
production notes for Rango.
Yeah. Let's just do a whole other episode in this episode. We will talk to you next week to talk about Rango. Bye. bye.
Oh, before you cut, Nick and post, you better not cut. Nick always says bye-bye, and I am trying to kind of steal his outro and make it my own.
It's never going to be your own.
Just to kind of fuck with him, can we all go bye-bye into like 5 seconds? You in? You in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 5, 4.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hell yeah.
This has been a Quaywood audio production.